Milla had promised herself that by the end of this summer she would have transformed herself into an entirely new person, inside and out, from head to toe. When she got back to Oslo in August, everybody would say, "Why, Milla, what's happened to you? You seem so different." And she would smile demurely and say, "Nothing's happened. I've had a great summer, that's all." Here in the annex at Mailand all was quiet, so quiet you could think and pray. Mailand belonged to Jenny Brodal, the mother-in-law from hell, Jon had said with a quick grin at Milla, and when he grinned at her like that, she knew there must be something special going on between them. "Don't tell anyone I just said that," he had gone on. "I mean, she's my children's grandmother." She should pretend she'd never heard it, he had said, grinning again. Just a few days after she had arrived at Mailand, Milla found herself alone with Jon one morning in the kitchen. He had been in a world of his own, and she wondered whether he was thinking about the book he was writing, whether he was so taken up with the book that he didn't even notice her there. He was making himself a cup of coffee. She was getting out bread and butter and ham and cheese to pack a lunch for Liv and herself. She positioned herself next to him and proceeded to butter the bread. "Are you going to say anything to me? Are you even aware that I'm standing here, right next to you?" Nothing. Not a word. Then out of the blue he reached out a hand and ran his fingers through her hair. She raised her eyes and looked at him, but then he pulled away. "Good," he said, as if to himself. "That's good." And without another glance at her, he picked up his coffee cup and walked out. When she was younger, Milla had liked to brush her long dark hair, put on a pretty dress or a pair of tight jeans, make up her face, and walk into a room or stroll down the street to see how much attention she'd get. Boys and men turned to look at her, spoke to her, wanted her. She had breasts by the time she was 10. Her mother was tall and thin, and firm and flat-chested. There was nothing there to curl up against. Her mother's body was a taut trampoline mat. If you ran into it, you would bounce straight off again. Her mother had tried to make Milla conceal her breasts under baggy, childish cotton sweaters. She would buy ugly clothes and have them wrapped up in pretty paper. "Surprise! I bought you a little present, sweetie." And always another sweater, size medium or large. White sweaters, pink sweaters, blue crew-neck sweaters. But Milla had her own style. She saved up and went to rummage sales and flea markets, where she bought long t-shirts that she wore as dresses, over thick laddered tights, or figure-hugging sweaters. Brightly coloured short skirts, scarves and boots. Milla's mother and Milla were always fighting over how she ought to dress, arguments that started when she developed the breasts that men couldn't help staring at. They called her Milla, which was short for Mildred, but she also answered to Sweetie or Sweet Pea. She liked the fact that men stared. She wanted them to do more than stare. She wanted to curl up against someone, not be bounced back. She didn't talk much, and for this reason many people would have described her as shy or timid. She told no one about when she was a little girl and how her mother had taken pictures of her, when she was sleeping or swimming or playing. She avoided telling her friends that the pictures of little Milla had been exhibited in galleries all over and published in a book entitled Amanda's. "Look at me, Milla. That's it. Don't move now. Look at me. Stay like that a moment longer." Amanda took thousands of pictures of her daughter as a child, until the very thought of having her photograph taken had made Milla's stomach churn. She could count on one hand the number of pictures of her there were from after she grew up and put her foot down. No more pictures. Her mother was a blitzkrieg, invading Milla's little body, her bones, her pores, her vision, from every possible angle, and Milla had laid down her arms, not old enough or smart enough or strong enough to defend herself. She was a kid.